This reading is for Brandy. Brandy, thank you so much for choosing me to do your reading today. So let's jump right into it. And don't be dismayed by the first card that comes up for you. Basically, what this is talking about is the fact that right now you're kind of confronting some of your inner anxieties. It talks about you having the desire to free yourself, like from unhealthy attachments, things that might be popping up from your past. You know, in the past, you had some unhealthy coping mechanisms, and you don't want to turn back to those things or have those things happen again. So it's kind of like you're mentally fighting to bring in positive changes to kind of counteract some of that that's going on for you, because you definitely don't want to turn back to where you were. So you know, you're staying focused on your goals and it's exhausting you for sure. I think your mind, Brandy, sometimes goes to like these deeper, darker places, and you're aware of the fact that, you know, they're there, and you're still able to face those things with strength and with courage. I know that you're ashamed, and you have this sense of like, not just shame, but maybe a little guilt, but mostly shame that comes along with it from things that you struggled with in the past. And they cause you to feel unworthy at times. And, you know, that kind of is like, you know, that little devil sitting on your shoulder saying, you're not good enough, or you're unworthy of this. And I just want you to know that you are completely worthy of the good things that come into your life. You know, that sense of like imposter syndrome that you have, you know, you need to work at this, like at this time, kind of accepting who you are and forgiving yourself for whatever criticisms that you're placing on yourself from your past, because everybody has a past and nobody's perfect. And it's important that you realize that no matter how perfect somebody appears on the outside, they've all gone through some bullshit in their life that they would have grounds to feel the same way you're feeling about your own past. So I really want you to work hard to kind of free yourself and kind of free yourself from the constraints that, you know, are your assumptions of other people's judgments on you or what their opinions of you might be. And just kind of embrace the fact that you are this beautiful survivor who's overcome so much, and that you get up and fight every day and really step into your own power with things. So this kind of talks a little bit about challenges, you know, very brief. You know, I feel like you feel a little bit restless with the way life is going. You're not really clear on your direction and things, and you might have, you know, some thoughts about some changes that you'd like to make, but they're not really solid, and you don't really have a clear plan on what exactly your goals are right now. That'll come. We'll talk about that more in the reading. So the Tower card, nobody likes to see the Tower card pop up in their reading, but where it's placed at is things that you're consciously aware of. So this would mean something that's already happened in your life. And for me, I'm going to trust my intuition on the fact that this has to do with the passing of your father. You know, you're aware that this massive change and loss has happened in your life, and that it's still affecting you on many levels. And in some ways, maybe you didn't think it was going to affect you into the degree of, you know, before this happened, you were kind of in this more solid, steadier rhythm of your day-to-day life, and kind of starting to feel secure and things. And then this kind of happened, and it rocked you. It rocked you to your core. So now it's like you're fighting this little piece of you that kind of just wants to give up and just say, fuck it. And go back and just be like, it's not worth the effort. Let me just surrender to this depression and this sadness. But there's this part of you that's winning, and that's the part of you that sees the cracks forming in your core and in your foundation, and you're kind of taking action before your whole life comes crumbling down, much like what this Tower card, you know, represents. So I think you're aware of that, and because you are aware of that, and because this event has happened, I think you really are taking the actions needed to keep this under wraps. Unconsciously, I don't think that you're aware that when you do call in your strength like that and you stay self-disciplined and you stay focused on things, you have routine to your life, that the best version of Brandy truly comes out. Like, if you could continue to just do the right things and make the right choices over and over again until it's a natural habit and you don't even have to think about it, I think the results for you will always be, that your well-being is good, and you have this general sense of happiness and things, because you do need that structure to feel secure. That's really important for you. Now, with your recent past, up until this event happened, I do feel like you were really drawing your attention inward and staying focused on your well-being. You've always tried really, really hard to take care of other people in your life, and it did drain you to an extent. So you were aware of that, and you started to learn how to put some boundaries in place. And then this thing happened. It's kind of like you backslid. So important that you take care of yourself. It's really important. You have the tendency to be so busy making other people happy that you emotionally give up who Brandy is and kind of sacrifice that to make their life better. So I really hope you can get back to the place where you have those boundaries and not let your heart overrule your head. Now, as far as your near future goes, this kind of feels more work related than home related, but it could apply to your family dynamic as well. You might find that some conflict is going to happen with some other people. This doesn't feel like a huge thing, but it definitely starts to impact your clear thoughts and about moving ahead with a goal that you have. So again, this is probably work related. It feels like everybody is kind of fighting to be heard about something or has a different idea about something, and there isn't this collective focus on things. Just use this situation as it happens as an opportunity to kind of rise above the drama, because whatever this is going to kind of catapult this transition with things that are kind of inevitable. And it's going to happen whether you like it or not. It's just going to happen. So it's going to be much more easy for you to just kind of go with the flow of it in this one situation. Definitely speak your mind, because I want you to really work on your ability to do that without fear. But also kind of rolling with the punches on this one might be a good idea, because I don't feel like whatever it is unstoppable. So I'm going to go to part 2 so that I can upload this first part quickly, and we'll go over your last 4 cards.